Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all right,
video.
all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world.
Oh, there you are. Right?
You got me?
Yeah.
Sweet. Sweet.
Sorry about last night. You know what? It was
No, don't worry.
so bad. Matt and Uncle came into town, right?
Yeah.
Haven't seen them in but they used to live in
a couple years, right? You said?
Anmore,
Okay.
by like Port Moody, right?
Yeah.
They haven't lived here, oh God, at least 3 years.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen them at the house probably in at least 2.
Wow.
So I made a nice batch of
Oh, that's
pasta,
cool.
and
Yeah.
I'm them thinking, I had it all day, no problem. I'll make
Yeah,
pasta.
yeah.
They'll be here around 5:30.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. I don't have a ringer on this phone ever.
Yeah.
Right, so I go to the phone about 8:45. I'm looking,
Yeah.
Phil.
Son
Phil!
of a-
Might forget Phil. That's not nice.
No, it's all good, man. It's
No,
all
I shouldn't
good.
forget Phil.
Yeah,
That's
you
no
had
good.
family over. It's all good, man.
It's okay. You know what it'll look like?
Yeah.
You're gonna get the mail probably hit you on Tuesday.
Okay.
There's a nice little tray in there.
Oh, thanks,
So
dude.
it's all good.
Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. If someone wants to talk to me, I said, not right now. First, I got a recording the podcast.
I gotta do with the podcast.
I gotta go talk a Phil podcast. Talk about nicer things. So what's going on?
I've got you know what? I'm getting ready for school.
You got three that are still doing that stuff.
Yeah. I'm doing teaching 3 courses this semester, so I'm teaching.
You got your school too.
Yeah.
Never mind, just the 3 of them.
Yeah, no, me too. I start next week. I'm teaching digital marketing, social media marketing, and then search engine optimization and search engine marketing as well. So I'm teaching 3 courses. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the rats are at school.
Yeah, the little rats are going back to school.
So Cathy's the only one. She's gonna be the happiest person in the world.
Right now she is not a happy camper, right? Because I'm home. I'm home
way too much,
right? Way too much, right? And so she works pretty close to home. So when she comes home for lunch, she's used to having the place to herself. And since I left Hubba, I've been home, and so she's just like, it's kind of nice that you make lunch for me, but it's also kind of not nice because, like she comes home. I haven't been talking to anybody all day. Typing away, sending emails, like, so I'm like, hey, what's going on? What you doing? What's the office?
I got someone to talk to. She's thinking, like, hey, shut up, Phil.
God, shut up. I
came home for quiet.
Yeah.
That's
exactly. That's exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
I don't know, because everybody always asks, well, how's Amelia like that you're home? I'm thinking, well, Amelia works. She's not home.
Yeah.
I said, but you know what? The days she's home, I like when we're home together, but not during the week. Because if she's home, then we're, it's just, I'm not used to having someone at home right now when I'm like, I'm out a lot anyway. Like I've got meetings today, I'm out and about, but when I come home, like even in the afternoon, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the computer.
I'm
in the zone,
right? Get stuff done, right? Like when I'm crunching,
exactly.
I'm crunching, right? Like, so the kids are, I'll be happy when the kids go back to school. The last month or so has been tough, right? Like me working and the kids are home, and like my oldest is 16. He doesn't care if I'm here or not. But the other 2, one's 12, the other one's turning 11 in a couple of days, and they're just like, Daddy, I want to show you this. And you're like, okay, but just like just
2 seconds, guys.
Yeah, hurry up, because I got to get back to work, right? So yeah.
But I guess it's summer. You can take a couple of minutes and I don't know. Yeah, I get it. It's yeah. One day it'll come and you're gonna be thinking, well, you guys, I can talk now, and they're thinking, Dad, I'm busy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Right? It'll go the other way.
But I do like.
So I said you got some contacts reaching out to you as well, eh? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish
no, that's okay. No.
No, if I want to hear finish story.
No, I was just gonna say, the one cool thing about working at home is you get to do what you want, right? Like, so I kind of like condensed my week this week, because Cathy was home yesterday and today. Like, she's finally taking some summer vacation, so we went to Canada's Wonderland yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I kind of
Oh,
like,
that's kind of
yeah, no,
fun.
I kind of took a day
Yeah,
off, right? Like, so it was kind of cool. So yeah, yeah,
do that today
yeah.
because immediately works for the union, right? So they
Yeah.
on the Labor Day weekend they get the Friday and the Monday.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know how
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
works, but anyway, that's what they got.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was funny. But I had meeting stakes. I didn't know she was going to be home.
Yeah.
I don't think of those things.
Yeah.
So I finished my last meeting at 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'd left at 7:30, got home, and then we buggered off all afternoon for a ride. And I kind of, I told about 4 o'clock. I said, I feel kind of guilty. Me, I'm supposed to be working. Like
Yeah.
it's Friday. Like I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to be,
Yeah.
driving around with the top down. And it was awesome though. We had a great,
Yeah.
it was a great drive. We went to
That's amazing.
the back roads of Lang. I don't know the hell we
Yeah.
were. We didn't know where the hell we were.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
And it's kind of
amazing.
nice to do that on a
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Couldn't do that in the
I
old
like it.
days.
Yeah. No, I like it. I just, yeah, I do. I have some moments where I'm like, oh gosh, I really should, I probably should be sending an email or doing something or
Yeah,
following
but
up
you
with
can get over it
somebody,
pretty quick.
but, like it's kind of, that's why we do this too, right? Is so that you can, there are
Yeah.
days where you just go, look, fuck it, right? Like today's not a work day, right? Like, you know,
Yeah. Or like, see, that's someone asked me, goes, do you miss the old man? I said, I don't miss anything of I mean, the people, obviously, 100% miss the
hmm
people. But I
hmm
said, no, I don't miss any of it. No, I not
yeah,
because I loved it.
yeah,
No, I don't miss any of it. You know why? Because this is it, man. I
yeah,
drive the bus
yeah, yeah. And you
where
know
I
what?
want.
Like,
I park the bus where I want. If I don't want to drive the bus, I don't. If I want people in the bus, I bring
yeah,
people. If I don't want to stop and pick you up, I don't pick you up.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
my bus.
yeah. I like it. I like it.
I love being my own bus driver.
Yeah, yeah. I do
It's
too.
awesome.
I do too. It's pretty cool. It's pretty
No,
cool.
it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you were asking me. I did. I had Shanae reach out, so I'm gonna talk to Shanae.
Yeah, dude,
Um,
she's awesome, and
yeah.
she's gonna end up sort of like on Queen Weston Bathurst, I think.
Okay. Okay. So is she
Nice area.
physically in Toronto then?
She's here,
She okay.
so what I
Okay.
think she's hoping to do is have somebody there,
Okay.
one or two,
Okay.
and probably go for the first while, probably go every other week,
Okay. Okay.
right? For the first bit anyway, to make sure that it's okay and things
Yeah.
are moving. But
Things are
that would be,
ticking and things are
yeah,
moving. That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Good for her. Good
Well,
for her.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
seriously,
I'll
she's
reach
really
out
good. Oh
and
no,
talk
she's
to her
awesome.
and try and connect her with some folks and
Well, that's what I told her. I said,
yeah.
listen, if anybody's going to know people, I said, Phil might have a couple things. I said, he teaches at the university. So
Yeah.
there might be some really kids are just
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah.
Might be really cool.
Some really smart kids.
Definitely
Yeah.
knows a lot of people.
Yeah.
Could probably lead you to some contacts.
Yeah.
And I said, worst case scenario, just like Phil.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, at the end of the day, I mean, that's about as bad as it's going to get.
Yeah.
You'll just like
Yeah.
Phil. So what's the
Yeah.
difference?
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
And I connected with Luch and a few other people that I
That's
know. Same
awesome.
thing. Just
Yeah.
asking for opinions and help.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
That's
usual
the
stuff we
thing.
do.
That's the usual stuff.
The usual
Yeah.
stuff we do.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk to Jennifer. I'm going to talk to her next week. She and I booked some time with each other.
Cool.
So Jennifer, yeah, Jennifer, right? Uh, Be- Jennifer Bevins,
Jennifer from Value Drug Mart.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Because so what her world's going into, she was pretty much strictly merchandising, then merchandising slash marketing,
Okay.
and now going to be almost exclusively marketing,
All
maybe
right.
hanging on to a category because
All
once a
right.
buyer, always a buyer.
Yeah.
You got to buy something
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's like, I mean, it's hard not to not
Yeah.
buy something.
It's hard
But
not
I
to
think
be.
that's what her world's going to be. But it's the same
Yeah.
thing, right? Just everybody's looking, just ideas, contacts,
Yeah.
ways to do things. Um, I don't know, whatever you guys,
Yeah.
cool places to learn something,
Yep.
maybe a cool course.
Yep. Bunch of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'll
there's cool
talk to
stuff
her.
out there. There's cool
Yeah.
stuff out there.
Yeah. I'll talk to her and get to know her, help her out.
I talked to the Acuity folks the other day. I think I told you.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah. I
talked to
love the
Sarah.
Acuity folks.
Um,
Yeah.
Pretty slick, eh?
Yeah.
So they're gonna give me a crash course on not this Friday. next Friday.
Okay.
So I think I don't I'm going to be on with I don't know, somebody, and I
Okay.
think they're just gonna on I guess on the screen they're gonna walk me through
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
and do that. So and I had a bunch of people already fill the survey.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Um,
Nice.
but it's the same thing that sort of what you and I have talked about in the past. The biggest challenge you have is getting someone to actually share.
Yeah.
And really the only one who shares for free that I can think of, two people, is Walmart.
Yeah.
And if you end up knowing people well enough, London will.
Right. Right.
But I
Right.
think
Right.
everybody else makes you
Pay.
pay for, which I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
either.
why do you want me to pay? It makes there's
Yeah.
no logic to me. I don't get retailers on this one.
Yeah.
So
Wait. Wait.
the
So.
idea
So
for me to
wait.
help
Wait.
you
You.
grow
Wait. Wait. You're gonna
together.
jump into it, but for the audience,
Oh, okay, I guess
so
I know
so
Scuti is.
sorry. Yeah. So Ascuity is a POS based software platform. They're based here in Toronto. They are amazing folks. If you are a retailer or a brand, you just check them out. They're doing POS kind of in a new style. I really dig them, and I got Kenny into them, and we're super excited about them. And what Kenny's talking about is just if you're new to this world or you're in this world and you're looking for data, one of the biggest challenges that we have with retailers is retailers who sell your data or who sell your product track everything, right? They know when it was sold, what time it was sold, how
Everything.
many are left. They know everything, right? What price they sold it at, all those sorts of things. But getting them to share that back with you as a brand is really difficult. So typically you always have half the equation. You know what you ship to them, but you have no idea how many of them you sold or they sold of your product, which is where the point of sale or POS data comes in.
And just for anybody small, the
Yeah.
stuff you ship, I'm gonna counterfill. It's not half the equation. Like it's about 20%.
Okay.
The
Yep.
only relevant part of the equation is what physically leaves retailer and ends up in consumer.
Yeah.
And if you can't see that, well, what are you basing your world on?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what it is? And I hope if there's retailers listening, don't be so stupid. Share
Yeah.
the data.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to share the category.
Yeah.
But if it's my data with you, I mean, or if anything, you know what?
Yeah.
Take a deposit. Tell me
Yeah.
it's 10 grand a year. But if I come back to you in a with the data in a usable format, and I'm going to your merchandise managers or buyers or executive, and I'm saying, okay, hey, this is the data you got. This is what I've gleaned from it.
Yeah.
What do you think? How about if we
Yeah.
do? If I'm giving back,
Yep.
why wouldn't you want to share?
Yeah. Well,
Like, why make that a why make that a revenue center?
it's to be honest, it's short sighted, right? Like
It is.
you can charge a couple of bucks, but the truth is, you look at, I mean, Walmart's the opposite. Walmart's proven the use case the other way, right? Is they give it away and they've got full, so Walmart gives it away in the form of something called Retail Link. It's been around for, I don't know what, 20,
Oh
25 years
God, yeah,
now,
probably at least that. Yeah.
right? And it started real basic. It started like you could pull down how many units you sold in various time frames. I think now you can customize it. Now they've got things like what sells with my item. So when you sell an item at Walmart, they'll tell you what was in that shopping basket, provided that the consumer bought it with a credit card, or some sort of loyalty program, so they can track all the purchases that come with it. But the value out of that point of sale data has made them a better retailer than almost anybody else, right? Because the smart vendors go out and find smarty pants analysts who kind of take apart the data and figure out like what more could you sell, how much more can you sell, where should we be selling it, what are we missing, like all those things that retailers worry about. They transfer that worry back to brands, right? Because brands want to
I
go
think it's
sell more crap,
brilliant.
right? Like it's really brilliant. So
I think
yeah.
I don't I can't because I came from it. I
Yeah.
get London, and
Yeah.
I know why we didn't want to share. I didn't want we I didn't like telling anybody anything. I didn't mind telling the brand.
Yeah.
So if like you came from Johnson Johnson, know how your
Yeah.
stuff doing, I had no problem running reports
Yeah.
for you and me.
Yeah.
No issues.
Yeah.
But I want to know your category. No, not interested in sharing. What's not your business? We're a
Yeah.
private company,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
don't need
That's
to
very
know.
fair. Yeah.
I know my
Yeah.
categories. I'll run that. But
Yeah.
having you help me run yours, like if you think about it, you know, if you came into me and said, listen, hey, Vinod, you know what? You've been selling Tylenol at $6.99 every day on feature. It's $9.99 regular. These times you went $7.99. The sales drop was only 10%.
Yeah.
Why not just go $7.99 and make the extra dollar?
Yeah.
And here's what your profitability does. Because as a retailer, you're thinking,
yeah,
wow, okay, shit, that's not that bad. Hey, Phil, I'm worried about market share lossing. Okay, listen, I know you don't necessarily want a displayer, but if you put in this 36-piece displayer, look at the lift at the $7.99. You actually, you were down 10 because of the price, but with the pre-pack or the displayer, you gained 25. So yeah, I chewed up some of your floor space.
Yep.
Right. And you could probably charge me 25 or 50 bucks a store for the floor space if you really wanted to.
Yep.
But you made an extra dollar. Like you can, all of a sudden as a retailer thinking, shit, man, this guy just made me an extra buck a unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
because you
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
So yeah. It's definitely, if you're a retailer, I mean, if you're a retailer and you want to tell us, we'd love to, even if we share it anonymously, we'd love to know what the other reasons might be that you wouldn't want to share the data. I think from our point of view, having been on, I think both sides.
We're on the retail side, buddy.
Yeah.
What argument? What argument can you throw back?
I don't know.
To retail, I came from that side. You came from that side. There's no sense to it.
Nope.
What are you not? You're not sharing. It's like you're giving someone the keys to the house, but you don't let them in the house. You gave him the keys. What are you worried about?
No, but it's actually worse than that, right? It
is. I was trying to be nice.
It's actually my house too, right? Like it's my product that you're selling. So, like,
well, and the thing is, I'm helping you maintain the house.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what do you think I'm going to do? Strain the retailer? Like, how do I win if I screw up your world? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even understand where the pitfall is.
There's no.
Like, I understand the whole sharing of different things. I get it. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
London, why I hated, like, for example, I tell you why I hated Nielsen. Okay. And it's not that I hated Nielsen, but I hated Nielsen. And the reason
we all dislike
first off, even as a buyer, right? It's all rear view. So if you want to tell me what's happened last week, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I told Nielsen one time, I said, you guys, if you want to be really valuable to me, tell me what's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
That's the guy I want. The guy who's going to tell me what I've already seen that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And it's good to analyze what you've done. I'm all good for that. And he says, but we can show you what other people are doing in the category. I said, that's awesome too. But in order for me to get that, I have to share what I'm doing in mine.
Yeah.
I've got some cool shit in mind that the other clowns don't know about. I don't want to share with them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing stuff that I know nobody else was doing, or maybe I had a few SKUs that I know there was only a few of us playing. I don't want them to know that it's doing well. Like, how's that help me? Yeah. So I understand why I was really, massively greedy and protective. But if you came in as J&J and water the data, the only thing I would say to you, listen, I don't mind giving this to you, but there is a cost to running, and I've got people that run it. Give me something back.
Yeah.
If you're just going to run this data and use it for yourselves to see how we're doing against other retailers, that's bullshit. I said, if you're going to come back to me with some clean analytics and say, listen, here's what happens at this price, here's what happens at that price,
there's got to be
I'm all over it. All over it.
Yeah.
It'd be dumb not to share.
Yeah.
So the problem is any retailer is going to come with a valid, what are they going to argue with you and I on this one?
Don't know.
Share the data.
Yeah.
You don't have to share the category, but give back at least their data by SKU, by store. Doesn't even have to be time.
Yeah.
Time is nice. I get it. But just by SKU, by store. Basket would be nice. And if you're worried about the products, just give me the category.
Yeah.
So if I'm an OTC and you notice that Fem High is huge, I would love to know that.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me it was Tampax or Kotex because maybe you're scared. I don't know what you're going to be scared of. Maybe I'm going to go to them and whatever your fear is.
Yeah.
But give me something I can give back to you.
Yeah. Give me something I can work with. Yeah. I know. No, I'm all there.
That's the only thing, and I'll talk to Sarah about that, and I'm sure we'll go through. That's my only thing is I think it just sounds really cool. She's very bright. She's really nice. I really like her, right?
Yeah.
But that's my only fears. I'm thinking you can have all the slick, cool stuff on the planet.
Yeah.
And if the dumbasses won't share the data.
Yeah.
or if they're going to charge me a fortune for the data, now I got to pay for the data, and
Now
then
I got
I
to
got to
transfer
pay
that
for
cost to
software, and I got
everybody
to pay for
else.
analytics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thinking, okay, I don't want
Yeah.
to be stuck in this thing for 25, 30 grand.
Yeah.
If I can't get that back.
Yeah. Yeah. So free plug
So anyway,
for
I haven't paid CD yet, so I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So free plug for Ascuity. They are an online platform, ASKUITY, so Ascuity. And
yeah, it looks cool. Looks super cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And they're doing what they're calling a POS survey right now. So if you're a brand or retailer and you don't mind taking 5 minutes to fill this thing in, Ascuity is they're looking for feedback. They use these things to build future innovation. Pretty cool. And I think right now, if you fill it in, you get a free coffee out of it. So
get $5 worth of coffee.
Yeah.
I get a $5 $5
yeah.
$5 Starbucks card, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny. I had a couple guys. So just in case the Scooty wants to know, a couple guys said, "Hey, but Chuck, it's not your coffee bar." I said, I'm a little guy, Vancouver. These guys are Toronto. Sarah sounds nice, but they're all Toronto people. They forget that. It's like Phil. They all forget that there's a West Coast.
Scooty. I think you're gonna have to sell some. You're gonna have to give Ken coffee.
Poor Vancouver.
Maybe some coffee business. Hey, I bought your coffee. I bought your coffee last week. So
you're such a good boy.
Yeah.
That's good. You got a nice surprise coming that goes nice with coffee. So
thanks. I'm excited. Man. You know what I want to do too? I want to so some of you jumped in and did some ratings for us. So I wanted to say thank you. So our friends at Shopland Health, obviously they've been up there for a while, but Shopland Health gave us a nice review.
Oh, nice.
And we had a couple other ones. So we had someone called Lulu64. And they said we're kind of like better. It's just like listening to a consultant, except we're better and free. So they said
free.
So they, part of that comment was time well spent, a must for a startup. So that's pretty amazing.
Oh, that's nice.
Cam G jumped in there and he said, great show for entrepreneurs and anyone in retail. And then he said, these guys are funny, down to earth, and offer good insight. So thanks, Cam.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah. And then we actually got two more. So one was WNC's grandma. So I don't know who this is. This is in August. I look forward to the podcast every week. I love the back and forth banter between Ken and Phil, which makes me laugh out loud at times. And at the same time, I learn new things about the industry despite being in retail for 33 years. Keep up the great work, guys. So that is pretty cool.
That's better than pretty cool. Thank you. That's the nice. Wow. That's nice. Even someone spent a couple seconds just to
do that. Yeah. And then the last one we just got as well, and this was from Net 675. Great. I think the autocorrect got her here. I think it's supposed to be great podcast for the car, but it says great pod asthma for the car. So I guess we're good for asthma too.
Or maybe we cause asthma.
Maybe we cause asthma. I'm not sure.
That's not good.
Yeah. But good to listen to on your way to work. These guys are funny and very insightful. Keep it up.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, everybody.
So we got 5 reviews, but we actually 14 people have gone on to actually give us ratings. So it's not like in iTunes you can rate and not make a comment. So if you did that, thank you for doing that. And if you're listening and you like us, go in and go into your iPod app and your iTunes podcast app and just scroll down and then you'll see the stars. We'd love 5 stars would be really great, but whatever stars you want to give us, we'd take it. So,
or if you have something, if you don't,
yeah,
hopefully, if you don't like, just be nice. But if there's something you want us to talk about or not talk about, or
if we're missing,
whatever, I don't. Just let us know. I mean, we don't rehearse.
Yeah,
we literally. It's usually because Phil knows what he's doing, so Phil's ready. I'm usually just trying to figure out how to plug in. I can't remember where the buttons are. It takes me a minute to figure out how the video works. So there's no rehearsal. Like I'm just really usually happy that I actually start.
No, we clicked all the buttons. And
like tonight, I couldn't see Phil from what I don't know where the video is. So there's definitively no rehearsal in this program.
No, we love it. We love it. But thanks for listening. And we've been hitting we've been hitting some pretty big download numbers. So
Oh, cool.
good too. Yeah. Yeah. So they I don't know. Crowd's liking us. We like it. We like it.
That's honestly, that's really cool. It's good. And that's funny because I know we're getting, well, we know Linda's awesome, so she's always on our side.
Yeah.
But I know what I think with her, she's probably even telling people, like, if you don't want to
That's
reach out to
amazing.
them, just listen to the podcast. If you
Yeah.
like what they're saying. So I've been getting a lot of Linda referrals and phone
Oh, that's amazing.
calls.
Okay.
And some of them, it's just, I've sat down in the coffee bar,
Yeah.
I think 3 times this week. And it's always the same thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, this is the 50,000th time that we said this. Before you launch, before you show anybody, please email Phil, email
Yeah.
me, get your pricing in
Oh
order.
my gosh, yes.
Please,
Yes.
you guys,
Yes.
please
Yes.
stop selling to people until you just ask, because it's so hard. By the time you get to us, you're excited, and you should be.
Yeah.
I've got 50 people, and I got 5 pharma saves and 2 Londons.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's hard to change pricing once it's in motion, and once you enter those accounts, you've got to think it through.
Yeah.
You've got to think it through.
Yeah.
If you don't like me and Phil, phone Jim. Ask for Lori.
Phone.
You don't even have to talk to Jimmy. And he's not even that bad a guy. Just ask for Lori. She's
a great
sweet.
guy.
Talk to her.
Well, if Jimmy answers the phone, at least say hi to Jimmy, and then
ask for
could
Lori.
I please speak to Lori?
Exactly. Let's say something nice. Jimmy, how are you? How's things going? Phil, Ben said, talk to Lori.
Oh, that poor guy.
Poor guy, my ass.
When I think you're coming back.
You met Lori. He's not a poor guy. He's lucky.
No, he's
punching way out of his league. He's like the rest of us.
A lucky dude. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. But Jimmy, next time you're back in Toronto, I'll buy you dinner. So I think he's coming back. Actually, I think he's coming back. He said he was going to
come back. For CFHA, I bet you. CHFA.
Right. Yeah. He will.
I told you in Luch, so I'm going to come. I think I'm coming the first week of November.
Okay.
So I'm going to see if I can get a bunch of vendor appointments in, because and I stayed by the airport because I can walk to that train thing. You guys, what's that Go thing?
Up Express
downtown.
Yeah, Up Express.
Yeah. What's Go? Don't you have Go? Is that?
Yeah. Go Train is our.
That's the milk run.
Yeah.
What's the one that takes me pretty much right down to the stadium?
That's that's a Go Train. Well, we have 2, right? So Go Transit is the one that takes you kind of across cities. So from Mississauga, Hamilton, kind of across the province, you would take Go. And then if you're in Toronto has its own transit system called the TTC. So either one. But if you're out at the airport, it would be Go, and that Up Express is part of the TTC.
Okay, I walked to something. I walked to something at the airport because I stayed usually right at the airport. I walked up the street literally, and it took me down. I went to watch the Yankees and the Jays play.
Yeah.
So whatever that train is, super easy to get into town.
Yeah. That's the Up Express. Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty cool, and it was reasonable too, wasn't?
Yeah.
It wasn't. I think it was like, I don't know, $15 or something. It was cheap, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And because I was going to be later than 10 o'clock, it was free coming home.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So you're going to be in town. We'll have to figure out some stuff, and Well,
I was hoping maybe we can even do some recording there, or we can. That's when we can maybe far down the video if we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Maybe we were talking about maybe showing people, like even showing what I like. It's showing people the costing idea, like on paper, and we'll show you how to do. We'll even show you on a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Literally, it's both 10 lines, and once you learn the equations, which are so basic, you can plop it in, and it'll tell you in essence if you want
where you're supposed to be. Yeah.
This is what your cost of goods needs to be.
Yeah.
If you want to make this money, and then whatever you decide, if you don't want to make that much, no problem. But at least people can, because honestly, 3 people this week, every single one of them, every single one had the costing wrong. Every single one.
Really?
Every single one. And it wasn't a gain. The thought was right.
Yeah.
But for that specific instant, they weren't thinking about what's a distributor. I said, the distributor is I said, listen, you are either going to be running around town with all the shit in your car, and you're going to knock on doors, and you're going to do invoices on the site. I said, do you want to? No, I don't want to do that. I said, then you need someone to do that for you. It doesn't just
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
got a sales guy. So the sales guy is not going to put it in their car.
Nope.
They're going to send you a piece of paper
Yep.
with all the numbers on it.
Yep.
And now you're going to have to go where? To the garage. I said, you want to do this?
Yeah.
I said, no. And I said, well, then you gotta build this in.
Yeah. Then you do the guy in the middle who will do it for you.
You need some middle people. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But anyway, 3 people, everyone's the same.
Oh man, that sucks. That really sucks.
Well, it sucks because it's like I say, once you start, I mean, it's hard to change. It's hard to change it. I mean, lucky none of them are too deep. It wasn't majors or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I have a few. I told you that, I'm going to go see one next, I guess September already. Jeez.
Yeah.
Next
week, kind of
week,
crazy.
I got to start with this other guy, and it's the same thing. He's selling to 2 majors, one national and one large regional.
Yeah.
And his pricing, and he's a manufacturer. His pricing doesn't allow for distribution.
Ooh.
Just his own.
Okay.
His own distribution. But I said, yeah, but now you've screwed up. You've screwed everything else up. He goes, why? I said, well, how are you going to sell to that guy down the street? He goes, well, they'll put it in their warehouse. I said, at what price? I said, they're going to put it in the warehouse at more than what you're selling to their competitor neighbor for?
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. You can't. You got to think it through, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's another frustration week. It's always pricing that frustrates me. It's always the same issue.
So I've had a similar week, but it's along the same lines, right? So thinking through the costing model and then how you're going to go to market, and mine has been more on the digital side, but on the e-commerce side. So I've had a couple of brands. I don't know if I'm going to work with them yet. The truth is, while I understand this stuff, my Amazon shops just aren't there. I have a couple of brands that are having issues with their product being on Amazon and being sold by somebody else and not them.
But that is in essence what Amazon is.
Well,
there's resellers everywhere.
Well,
the only way to
the
control
problem is,
is you got to shut down their supply.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem with these brands, right? Is one of them knew it. So one of them came to me and said, listen, like, I've got this problem, right? Like, I don't sell on Amazon. One of my distributors is doing it, or one of their, somebody downstream for them is doing it. What can I do here? And I said to them, look, the only thing you can do is you've got to go and get your brand page. You've got to get yourself set up. And then once that happens, you start to own the page, right? Which allows you to be able to bump people down in the search rankings.
That's all it is. They don't get the buy box.
Yeah. And as soon as you own the buy box, then the incentive to sell your stuff goes away.
Exactly. Because what happens, you've got it listed, but you're never going to get you're never going to sell. The challenge what people need to understand too is like, so on Seller Central, you have a lot more control and Amazon doesn't.
Yeah.
But Amazon makes it a lot more uncomfortable because they're not stupid, because they want you to go to Vendor Central where they have more control.
Yeah.
But when you go to Vendor Central, they have the ability with their algorithms to screw with your retail.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got to be careful because they've done it where they'll go at cost. Why? Because it's retail. You're not allowed to dictate retails.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. So one brand was like that. The other brand,
our algorithms tell us that's an acceptable price. And you're thinking, I've got that on one of my brands.
Yeah.
I've got competing. So I'm competing against a reseller.
Okay.
That's selling the product too inexpensively. So my option is I can go undercut.
Yeah.
But if I undercut, I may as well not be on Amazon.
Yeah.
I may as well just stay with traditional retail because I'm going to make more in traditional. The whole point of going on Amazon was because I can make a little more money and I can still give the consumer a break, but without screwing up my retail channel. Because the whole idea is I don't want to hurt bricks and mortar. There's no advantage to me to undercut London Drugs or Save On or whoever. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
They're helping me sell. So I'm going to go screw them. There's no logic to it.
Yeah.
But if I go on and match the retail and some jackass buys it for $1 and says, yeah, $1.10, I'm okay with 10 cents.
Yeah.
What am I going to do now? And I think, okay, well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that too, but I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And I've got that. I've got that in a few products.
Wow.
And then I got a few where Amazon's determined what the retail should be.
Yeah.
And then you got something like Costco pissed at you. That's not a good one.
Yeah, I mean, so that's an interesting one, right? Because what do you do to bail yourself out now, right? Man.
Well, the one where it's another individual is, you could try to figure out where they're from. You control at least that. You can do that.
Yeah.
You can go in. Most likely they're buying from a sub distributor of yours, so you can shut the sub distributor down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not the wisest move for one person, but you could
you could make the supply dry up. Yeah.
Right. So you could feature your product, maybe do coupons.
Yeah.
So that the buy box is yours.
Yeah.
Like you can do that. But again, now you're spending a lot of time in the platform or the channel that was supposed to be the easiest. Right. And it turns out you're thinking, okay, well, now I'm spending a lot of time here.
Yeah.
I wasn't making as much with the bricks and mortar guy, but I didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. I wasn't working nearly as hard as I am.
Exactly. But Amazon is a retailer.
Yeah.
So as much time you spent with the old guys, you're going to spend with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He can be much better for you than the old channel, but he could also be your biggest nightmare.
Yeah. 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 So I had two of those. The first brand, clearly knew what they were doing, and went, listen, like, how do I solve this? Right. So how do I own my own brand? The other one had no idea. The other one came to me and said, listen, I don't know what to do. Right. Like, cause I see my stuff all over Amazon. They're all kind of like, the prices are all willy-nilly, some of them are high, some of them are low. What's going on? And I had to walk through all of that, like the difference between Seller Central, Vendor Central. Here's your problem. Do you know who your problem might be? And then it really, and then you boil down to costing as well, right? Because then you're like, why is this happening? Oh, right, because your costs are too cheap, or like you're just in that spot where people can sell it, and if they want to sell it for volume and make penny profit,
they're happy
to do it, right? So
right, which is again, that's no different than what Walmart used to do.
Yeah.
A Real Canadian Superstore in the old days, or any discounter, right? Zellers.
Yeah.
It's no problem. Maybe again, where you put your product is how your product's going to be represented.
Yeah.
And I think people forget, they think Amazon is just them. No, Amazon is built on tons. I mean, there's more resellers on Amazon than brands today. And that changes every day. Every day, more and more brands are thinking, well, we may as well get a page.
Yeah.
Like you said. So, if we put the money and the time in, I think that even clicks Amazon's algorithms to say, okay, this is Phil's brand, obviously, because Phil's spending money. Well, Phil's going to spend the money.
Yeah.
Amazon doesn't want to screw Phil.
Yeah.
The problem is Phil's just now spending a lot of time and a lot of money where Phil thought he was going to coast.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the same ROI for sure.
Right. And then the coasting becomes not. It's a lot of work. I mean, it's no issues. You can do a great business. You can sure sell a ton of stuff, but it's Amazon takes work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work.
It does. It does. Man. So so interesting week. Lots of
it's cool stuff.
It's pretty cool stuff. It's pretty
we gotta start thinking about an online play for us for Christmas. We gotta do something cool.
Oh yeah.
Because that's right. I know. See what happens? It's already right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be, I'm going to be in Hong Kong and Guangzhou at the end of the month.
Okay.
So I'm going to look for some stuff too. And it's easy. You can get stuff pretty fast, but we should look at something then we got a good January story.
Yeah. You know what? the Bluetooth headphone stuff, I probably have like 4 different pairs of them. And
I've been looking around town too, and I've tried different ones and they're pretty crappy.
You know what? Like I actually found a really good pair, but I'm unconvinced because the pairing process, like they're separate earbuds.
Yeah.
You pop them in your ear, you can't really see them, and the sound quality is really great. And so, but my concern is I don't actually think anyone will understand how to use them. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just not easy to boot up, and then you gotta like there's a right and left. They got to pair to each other before they pair to the phone.
That's too much work. I mean, the beauty of the Apple is you take them out of the thing. If their Bluetooth is on, it's beeping at you. Everybody's happy, and away we go.
Yeah.
Pay a fortune for them, but
Yeah, if you guys are just joining us, Kenny and I have been probably noodling, selling something together
Yeah,
for,
anything.
I don't know, like 30 episodes now. Right? Something like that, right? Like,
But
I
yeah,
think
but we got the attention span of gnats.
yeah. So I ordered, I think it took like 8 or 9 episodes for a handful of these Bluetooth headphones to show up. They're all over my house now. And
That's funny.
one of them I ordered, and they only sent one ear. I was like, "Where's the other?" And they're like, "Do you sell them separately?" I'm like, "Are you crazy? Like,
You sell headphones
why?
separately.
Why would I buy one? Like, what?
That is you would do that in 1961 when they were
Yeah,
mono.
I know. Like
It's everything's in stereo. What the
yeah,
hell you gonna sell one
I
for?
know. So I was like, all right, like, yeah. Anyway,
Okay, that's interesting.
so I don't know what.
Oh,
Y-
connection unstable.
oh, really?
Just so you know, yeah, it's bouncing. It's okay.
It's probably because it's going through China, and I've just now dissed like half the Chinese
Exactly. That's a manufacturer saying,
manufacturing
yeah, screw you,
populations.
dumbass.
They're all hitting the censor button or the
Exactly.
video button or something. So
Think you're so smart, Chang?
yeah,
Yeah, here.
yeah. Man, man. Yeah, no, that's what's going on with me. I don't I guess the other thing, so the other things you and I were talking about this the other day, but I guess for the audience, I one of the brands I work with, we're kind of coming to the end of a 4-month heavier work period where I've been with them 3 hours a week every week for 4 months. And we're getting to a point where they're about to step into a pretty heavy shipping season for them, and we're talking about going on retainer. So, which sounds super fancy, and I guess that should mean I have a lot of money, but I don't.
Yeah. You should be going retainers because we
Yeah,
have
I
no money.
know, right? Yeah. But kind of neat because she said to me, "Listen, like we've got some marketing folks, but they're all very junior, so we'd like to keep you kind of on speed dial. What does that cost? For us to like." Have you on speed dial for X number of hours a month, and then we'll just pay you that every month. And then some months you're going to work more, and some months you'll work less, and we'll let it wash out, right? So, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good way to do business. That was funny because one of my meetings today, I was talking to the person and they're in sales, right?
okay,
And I said, I get why you negotiate the commissions. And I said, they're
yeah,
great, but commissions only work when you start selling.
yeah,
And the reason your vendor doesn't or principal doesn't want to do anything but the commission is because it only clicks in when you start selling.
right,
I said, but there's ways to do the way to do it sometimes, instead of going in and worrying about a 10% commission, which you're never going to get anyway.
yeah,
Because, maybe what you do is, I said, I'd rather have 5 accounts at X amount of dollars a month and then set it so that when you clip that, go on commissions. And most of your accounts will probably be pretty good with that. And you don't need to be greedy. So like if you're doing, a 3 hour a week, well, that in theory, that means you could do 13 people a week to
yeah,
make a 40-hour work week,
yeah,
right? And just so people don't understand, we're not talking billions of dollars here. Even if you just did $500 a person,
yeah,
all of a sudden that's $6,500,
yeah,
65,000 a year plus you're doing about
yeah,
75,000, $80,000 a year,
yeah,
right? So because I'm the reason I'm throwing that number out there is because there's a lot of people that are scared shitless to stop 65,000 a year jobs because it's that's a hard number to go back and
yeah,
get. I mean, they're not all over the place.
yeah,
Most people make it into the hundreds. There's not millions of them.
yeah,
Maybe today because of, but you know what I mean. It's you can just cut the number a different way. And sometimes what's nice for the vendor, like your person, is now you're on speed dial.
yeah,
They're probably going to get a few more hours out of you in totality, and
for
you're
sure.
not going to care.
Yeah,
But the beauty of you being on a retainer is that every month at least you can budget, right? So if
yeah,
junior there wants to buy a couple school books,
yeah,
you got money coming in, right? Otherwise you got junior. Listen, go back outside. The McDonald's down the
yeah,
street. Go get a job.
yeah, yeah. When I was your age, I went out in my bare feet and
Exactly. No shoes. We didn't even know shoes were. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's 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 immigrant parents. Come on, be serious. Because what are you going to do? You can't go back and verify anything anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah. So interesting. I'm new at this, right? So the up until now has kind of been like pay for play for me. So the retainer thing is kind of interesting, and I like it, right? Like
I like it.
I truly like. I think in the long term, I'm going to have a hard time walking away from brands, right? Because
Yeah,
I like, you
yeah,
know, I like it, like, and I've been
yeah.
with them for 4 months now. I've seen,
You become
they're
part of the
trying
family
to,
too, right?
yeah.
It's I don't know. It's kind of cool being with people.
Well, she's doing cool things. Like I said to her, I want to be around because you've grown to $2.5 million in the time span I've been here. I think you're going to go to 5 if I can help you next year.
Come on, that's
You know what I
fun
mean?
though.
Like that's fun stuff, right? And she's like, "Oh, it'll be hard work." And I go, yeah,
So
all of it's hard work. Like if you were losing money, it's even worse, right?
that's
So
even harder. That's you then
yeah,
go to work.
yeah. So like you're trying to grow, you're trying to double your business. Like I want to be around to help,
Yeah.
right? Like that crap's fun, right? So all right, that's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.